Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, this is a very exciting video. I can't believe I'm filming this, to be honest. This has been such a long time coming, and to be honest, it's something I've wanted to do for probably 10 years of my life. And that is, if you haven't read the title, I'm getting a breast reduction. And as I film it right now, we are exactly 1 week away. Today is August 26th. So a week from today, on September 2nd, I will be going into the hospital and getting my breast reduction. That is the craziest thing to say. But here we are, and you are here because I want to document this. I know I'm not online as much, especially on YouTube. If you do follow me on Instagram or TikTok, specifically Instagram, I'm a little bit more active there. But it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, Vlogmas to be exact. So I know this is kind of random and out of nowhere, but I really wanted to document this because I feel like when I started really seriously researching this and the last couple months of all of the leading up to the surgery, I have really looked at a ton of vlogs and like TikToks and a whole bunch of different women who have documented their journey, and it was so helpful, not only to like just ease my nerves, but also just like to educate me on kind of like what they went through, what they had to get done before, the recovery, the post-op, like what to expect. So I found it really helpful. So I wanted to share that in case someone watching is also thinking about getting this or has wanted to get this for a long time. And then secondly, I also just wanted to document it for myself. This is a very big thing happening to my life. I've never been under, I've never had surgery, I've never had like general anesthesia, nothing. Homegirl has her tonsils, I have my wisdom teeth. Like, I've never gone under, I've never had surgery. So this was a really big decision and it's a really big deal. So I wanted to document it for myself and just to kind of watch back. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really nervous, but really excited. I had a appointment with my surgeon yesterday and I'm feeling so much better. I had a lot of questions for her, but honestly, overall, like, she is just such a calming person. I really like her. I really trust her and I feel safe with her. I also like that it's a woman. I don't know what it is about that. I feel the same way when I have like a female pilot. I just kind of feel really taken care of. So I love that my surgeon is a female. That was kind of important to me when I was looking for someone. But I'm really excited. I just trust her and I feel really safe. So that's great going into it. My mom will also be in town. My parents are actually coming to the Twin Cities this weekend. They always were. We've had this plan for a while. It's kind of their annual visit to me. But my mom's gonna be staying. She will be there with me at the hospital, and I will have her until Friday next week. But actually on Thursday, my sister arrives. So they're gonna do a swap. So I will have someone with me for about a week, which I am so grateful and so like happy to know, because I do live alone and I don't have a partner. So I was told by my doctor and just doing a lot of research that if you do live alone, it is really kind of vital to have someone with you for the first week specifically. It's a pretty intense surgery, so you definitely do need help, you know, potentially like bathing or like obviously like getting things down, lifting things. Like, there's a lot of restrictions. I'll also be on pretty heavy duty pain meds, so I can't drive anywhere. Yeah, so I just also want my mom and my sister here. So I feel really lucky to have them come. And that's like kind of all I've been thinking about for the last 2 months, really, when I made the appointment. And now we are only a week away. So it's really crazy. My plan for this vlog is to hopefully, obviously, intro this right now, and then I'm gonna try to before my surgery. And if not, I'll just obviously post something after. But in this video, you're gonna get pretty much the backstory as to like why I personally wanted it, and kind of the steps I had to take and the steps I did take to get, you know, my surgeon, to get insurance involved, you know, kind of all of the logistics of it. Because again, there's a lot and I spent a lot of time doing research. So if this is helpful to anyone, that is a success to me. And I do feel really lucky and really blessed that I am able to go go through with this. I know that this is not always an option for a lot of people. So I'm not, you know, naive to the fact that I do feel really lucky, and I'm just excited to share this whole experience with you guys. But I wanted to just say hi, kind of intro what this vlog is about, and over the course of the next several weeks, I'll be posting a ton on Instagram and TikTok too. So if you are watching this and you haven't checked those out, I've got a lot of really fun videos on TikTok that I've already like saved and drafted of like before and afters. So make sure to go check those out. But I'll be sharing a lot. Welcome to the vlog. I'm so excited. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello.
Hello.
It is 5:40 a.m. on September 2nd. What are we doing, Mom?
We're going to the hospital. We're gonna get some titty reduction.
We're gonna have a baby and lose.
We're gonna get rid of some
8 pounds, hopefully.
Yeah.
No. Yep. Mom's here. Dad just left yesterday. My sister comes on Thursday. Sorry. So here we go. Feeling very nervous, but we're the first surgery of the day, so I'll be done by lunchtime.
I'll be great.
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, we're out of surgery. It's 1:12, and I'm in this room with Mom. Probably won't remember this. She's getting me cranberry juice. I love cranberry juice. And the biggest struggle of all is figuring out where to go to get lunch. So we're just waiting till I don't feel so nauseous or so dizzy. Because yeah, I don't want to like pass out in the hallway.
Yeah, cool.
There's Mom. And yeah, I don't know where to go get lunch. We have so many options. We have Jersey Mike's. We have Chick-fil-A. McDonald's has gone downhill on their fries. I'm so very hungry. But look, I can already tell. I just feel like they're so high. That's so nice.
She said they would be, like, alarmingly so.
When I lay down, they usually go. This is wild. The drugs are wild.
This is a drugged up Carrie Murray for sure.
Yeah, I don't do this. I'm such a straight edge. Okay, bye-bye.
Wow.
Mom went to Chick-fil-A even though she doesn't believe in their values. I don't either. It's very good.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Piping.
Look at that.
I mean,
she
was steaming.
I told you it's so good though, isn't it?
It is. I've had them before.
Hello from my glamorous little spot. What is today's date, Mom?
The 4th.
September 4th, Thursday. The last clip I think was at Chick-fil-A after surgery. So we have some ice packs on right now. And then my bandages are all right here. It's very, very big. I look like a linebacker. But it's day 3 and it's probably the sorest I've been. And yesterday was bad too. But I think they said this is like always the most painful is second and third day. But I've been sleeping okay. Woke up a couple times first night and only once, right? Last night?
Yeah.
And now we're watching The Martian. Watched a lot of movies. My sister comes today. We're gonna go pick her up at the airport. So we're doing okay. I haven't seen them at all. I can like sort of, just my bandage at the top is a little like loose so I can kind of look down and I could see my cleavage a little bit and they look really small and perky. which is a dream for me. So very excited about that. Mom got me a bell. So we're doing really well, and we'll check in again later this week. Bye. Good morning. It is Friday, September 5th, and we are 3 days post-op from my breast reduction, and I thought I would just check in. Lots of changes today. First is my sister got into town yesterday, so she is now here with me until Monday night. But the second update is a little sadder because my mom is actually leaving. So Ellie just is bringing my mom to the airport right now. She has been here since last Friday because her and my dad came to visit just like for the weekend, before my surgery, and then she stayed for the surgery. So she's going home today, which makes me so sad. She's just been so helpful and amazing, and sometimes you just want your mom, and she's just been great. But my sister's also going to be fantastic and such a great caregiver. So she will be more than amazing to replace mom. So they're at the airport right now. Ellie's going to come back. She's getting Starbucks for us. I have not had any of the pumpkin drinks, the fall drinks this year yet. So I'm so excited. It's also chilly. It's like maybe 50 degrees here. My dream. But the most exciting update of all today is I get to see my boobs. I'm going to my doctor's office at 10:30 this morning. It's about 8 right now. And we get to see my boobs and potentially, well, I know they're changing the bandage, but potentially I think take off all this extra padding. So I think I've shown you guys, but I mean, I am so wrapped. I look like a linebacker. The padding goes from here to all the way up here, and there's like styrofoam and like gauze and a ton of like extra padding. So I feel huge, and I don't feel like they've gotten any smaller because it almost feels like bigger even than before. But so we're going to get rebandaged, and I think it should be less, barring everything is healing correctly, and healing like the way it should. So I'm going to bring all of my post-surgery bras I bought. I have a whole bunch of different brands and sizes because I wasn't sure, and they all like clasp in the front. And then they'll give me a new ace bandage, and we'll kind of see everything and how it's progressing. So I'm so excited because this is obviously what this whole thing has been for, and I have yet to see them. I've been in this since the hospital on Tuesday, so I'm just ready to get out of it. It's also starting to itch so bad, which I know is a good sign because it means you're healing. Yeah, it's just getting really irritated. So that's at 10:30 today. And then Ellie and I will come back, and who knows? We'll see how I feel. I just took another round of all my meds at 7, so I'm feeling a lot better. But I'm still waking up in the middle of the night, and when my pain meds wear off, I get really sore. So we'll just keep at it, and I'm resting a lot. I'm really not pushing it. I'm drinking a lot of water. So overall feeling good, feeling very excited. I cannot wait to see them. Like, I'm gonna freak out. And I did hear though from my doctor and from many people, it's a little jarring. So not to freak out, because when you see them for the first time, it's pretty gnarly and it's not what they're gonna look like. But I'm just watching Harry Potter, and I thought I would check in. Bye. Okay, hello. We're in the car. Here's Ellie.
Hello.
I have my pillow as my little protector. I put a little makeup on for the first time, which feels incredible. Look like a new person. But we're headed to my doctor's office to get, I already talked about this morning, to get these removed or changed. I'm very excited. This whole side is like slipping, so I need to get it all sorted out anyways. But we have about 28 minutes to the doctor's office, and we'll see you after. Anything to say, Elizabeth?
I am here to serve.
Bye. It is about 2 weeks later. I'm not sure if I inserted a whole bunch of other clips. I've been vlogging on my phone for a lot of the days after the surgery. So just to probably give you guys those updates, I probably put them in this video before here. But as far as the first intro sit down to now, it is about 2 weeks exactly. Because I am 1 week post-op tomorrow. It is Monday, September 8th, and tomorrow will be 2 weeks officially since I got my breast reduction. I'll show you it in a second, but I'm just sitting here and this is it. They're just this. It's so exciting. It's so weird. I haven't gotten used to it yet, and I think it's gonna take me a while, and I've read that that's normal, but like months and months and months to get used to it. And it's all very exciting. So let me just kind of wrap up, I guess, in a little update what's been going on. Like I said, I tried to film pretty much every single day. I did film a little bit at the hospital, day of the surgery. I don't think I filmed anything the next day. I was pretty out of it surgery day, day after, and even on day 3. I was prescribed some pretty intense pain meds. They made me really drowsy, really loopy. The anesthesia took about 24 hours to get out of my system. That made me really loopy. Drugs are wild. If you've ever been under, you know what I'm talking about. What a trip, truly. But medicine is amazing. It's so fascinating to me how all of that works. So yeah, I've tried to film pretty much daily little updates on how I was doing. But the biggest change was the surgery was last Tuesday, and then last Friday on the 5th, I went back to my doctor's office and I got my big bandage taken off that I left the hospital with, and they put me in what I have on now, which is just a little ACE bandage. That was a huge day, really exciting. One, the bandage I had on from the hospital was getting so uncomfortable. It was so large. It was like probably 2 to 3 inches thick, and it had gauze and little styrofoam like boxes, and then more gauze, and then an ACE bandage. It was gnarly. So it was really uncomfortable. And it was really just like cumbersome and kind of in the way. And then I started getting really itchy, and the material just was like getting old, and I could smell like medical. It was gross. So I was really ready to get out of that on Friday. And then the second biggest thing is obviously I got to see my boobs, and I really actually didn't even see them like with a mirror or anything. My sister just like showed me my phone in the front facing camera, and so I saw them for a second, and it was really jarring. But very quickly after she took off the bandages, I got really lightheaded, and I had to lay down. Thought I was about to pass out, and I think that's just because they took off all of the bandages, and that was giving so much pressure on that area. And I just feel like all the blood in my body like literally just went here where like the trauma was. So I didn't really get to see them that well in the doctor's office, but I did feel them, and there was obviously a lot of bruising and a little bit of blood. The doctor also took off all of my steri strips over my stitches. Everything was good. Doctor was really happy with the healing, really happy with the bruising. And yeah, she didn't feel the need to like put me in another like aggressive type of bandage. So I was basically just put in a little tank, and then an ACE bandage, basically what I have on right now, and we left. I will insert some pictures that we took outside of the doctor's office. It was my first time putting like my sweatshirt back on and seeing myself with like such a smaller chest. I got teary-eyed. It was unbelievable to see and feel the difference. I'm getting used to it more now, but even still, like, I like look down and I feel like, oh my God, like that's not real. And I'm so used to the weight of my boobs, and just like the way that they would like right now, they would be like falling over and like hitting my arm, and I don't have that anymore. So it's kind of weird to have those sensations be like stripped away. But other than that, I mean, I'm so happy. And I just already, like, it's a pretty gnarly looking area just with the scarring and the bruising and everything that happened. And even with all of that, I'm like so happy with how they look. They're so symmetrical. I know the bruising will go away. I know the scars will get better. The stitches will completely heal. Like, I can't wait to see them in like 6 months when they're really healed. And then even like a year when the scars are healed, just to see how everything looks. So that's just kind of like first initial impressions. As far as pain, like I said, surgery day was honestly not that bad. I was so jacked up on anesthesia, all of the meds they gave me for surgery, and then I immediately started taking my meds when I got home. So honestly, the pain day one was pretty minimal to none. And then that first night was kind of rough. I started getting some pain feeling because I think the anesthesia was starting to wear off. So I was up about 2 to 3 times that night. And then day 2 was really bad. Day 2 and day 3 were really bad, and the night in between was rough. That was probably the most pain, like the peak that I had, and it was just a lot of like just intense soreness. Like, it felt like I worked out, like the hardest I've ever worked out on my arms, on like my pec area. Like, it just felt like I was so sore. And then there was a lot of swelling, and like my mobility was really weird. Like, I couldn't even lift my arm up to like here. So I was really, my mom and my sister made fun of me. They said I had T-Rex hands because I was doing this a lot and like grabbing things. Like, I didn't even want to stretch my arms. I am so much more mobile being only a week out. Like, it's amazing. So pain was bad on day 2 and 3. By day 4 and 5, well, Friday was technically day 4, and I went and got the bandages removed. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were about the same, better than day like 2 and 3. Still really sore, but like getting better each day. I would say today, on Monday, is by far like my best day. Had a really good night's sleep last night, and I woke up like I definitely turned a corner. So that's awesome and super exciting because I was nervous. My sister left today and I'm now home alone. And so I was nervous not having someone with me, that I wasn't gonna be ready, but I definitely feel a lot better. And I'm not even 1 week post-op, so I'm feeling really good. I did a lot of laying down. I really tried not to push it. I either was in my bed laying down or sitting up, like resting back, or on the couch here, sitting, laying down, leaning, whatever, like a lot of resting. I slept a lot the first 2 to 3 days. And then when I started feeling better, I started going on little tiny walks. Like, my mom and I walked out to my courtyard. My sister and I walked down to the coffee shop 2 blocks down and back. So doing a little bit of movement is good. My doctors told me to do that for like swelling and helping like blood flow and things like that. And it was really nice to just get out into fresh air, but I really did rest a lot, and I think that helped. I drank a lot of water. I was really on top of my meds. And yeah, that's kind of the main report right now. Completely forgot to show you guys. Okay, so here is the grand reveal in all their glory. I don't have a fun, cute top to show you, but we're all ace bandaged up, and here they are. So cute, so cute. They are actually pretty swollen right now, so they will go down. My doctor said pretty significantly. The final result will be not significantly smaller, but the swelling is a lot right now. I haven't even probably reached my peak swelling, she said. So I have a lot of swelling here and on the sides, and then kind of around this area, because I did get liposuction there. That was a recommendation from my surgeon as just a part of my whole surgery. She thought that as far as looks wise, because I had so much tissue here just from my breasts, that it would not really look that great if she just did the reduction here. But there is a lot of swelling here. Like, I can feel how, like, there's probably like fluid and stuff. I can like feel it. So that will all go down probably in like a month or so. So I've got a little bit of time, but this is what they look like. right now, and I'm so happy with them. I can't even begin to tell you guys. Oh, it's the best. If you're thinking about doing it or have been thinking about doing it, do it. It's worth everything. Hello everyone. It is about 2 weeks later from the previous clip you just saw, and I am officially 4 weeks and 3 days post-op. So I am sitting down now to finally answer a bunch of questions that I asked, or you asked on my Instagram. I did like a little Q&A, and I wanted to sit down and address those now because I figured from what I talked about in the previous clips of this vlog and just through everything I've been posting on my socials, I've gotten a lot of questions, so I wanted to have like a proper sit down on this vlog and answer all of them now. So this is gonna be pretty chatty, grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever. But I split it up into different sections. So like overall experience, surgery and post-op questions, and then cost questions. So hopefully I can break it up in a way that makes a little bit more sense for you guys. And honestly, I just like want to show you guys. I'm in a cute little sweater today, but look at how cute they are. They're so, so sweet. I am still swollen. I'll talk about all of that. And so this is still not quite my final size. Honestly, my doctor said I probably won't know the final size for up to 3 months, which is really common. But I mean, I'm getting a good sense of like what they'll look like. Question number 1, how was the overall experience and how do you feel now? So it's kind of vague, of course, but overall experience, 10 out of 10. Absolutely loved it. Very nervous going into it, and now having gone through it, I can like honestly say like it was a really great experience overall, even given the pain I've gone through that I'll talk about, and you know, things that were like inconvenient. Really just like an incredible experience overall. And then the second question was, how do I feel now? So I am 4 weeks and a couple days, like I said, and honestly every day is different. I feel so much better than I was in that last clip when I was 2 weeks post-op. And if I look at it week by week, I'm definitely improving. That being said, at 4.5 weeks, I would be more like pain-free. And I'm not. I'm still very sore. I don't even know if sore is the right word. It's just tender. It's really sensitive still. If I'm like sitting on the couch or laying down and I'm not moving, I don't have any pain. I don't feel anything. Honestly, I've had a couple like sharp nerve pain feelings, but that's really fleeting. But if I'm like relaxing and sitting, I don't have any pain. It's when I move around a little bit or I move my arm a certain way. Obviously I'm still not like working out or lifting things, but if I do those movements, I'll get a little sore or I'll be like, oh, that doesn't feel great. And if I like literally like press on them, like I'm very tender on the sides here. I believe that's more so from my lipo than the actual breast reduction. I think I said this in my last clip, but my doctor warned me that that is going to be the most painful in the recovery. By far has been, like by far. I don't have any real pain around here or even my incisions going down. On the sides and up in my armpits where they did the lipo is extremely sore. So that's kind of how I'm feeling now. Energy is great. Like I'm getting fully ready now. If you follow me on social, you saw that I was just in Nashville for a bachelorette. So I just feel like I'm doing more normal things. I'm going grocery shopping now. You know, I've been back to work for 3 weeks now. So I'm definitely doing more day-to-day normal life activities. So I feel really good doing that. And my energy levels have been up. I don't really find myself getting like tired. Anything that I feel from like maybe pushing it too hard is just like soreness. So that's how I'm feeling overall. Question number 2, why did you do it? I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. I had really, really large boobs before, very large breasts. And this is something that, and I think this is also another question, like what made you choose to do it when you did? So I'll kind of couple these together. So yeah, I've always had really big boobs, probably from college to now. So when I turned like 18 or so, I started noticing that they were like getting like a lot larger. I did notice that they got bigger as I gained weight. What didn't happen though is anytime I would lose weight, they wouldn't really shrink. So once I kind of got to like a larger chest, they kind of just stayed. And if anything, they would actually grow as I continued to like fluctuate in my weight. You know, throughout my 20s, I would fluctuate, I think 10 to 15 pounds. I think that's pretty normal for women. So I would notice that I would gain the weight there, but I would never really lose it. So when I was smaller, for example, they felt even bigger. When I moved to Minnesota from New York, I ended up actually losing like 10, 15 pounds after I moved here, partly because I lost my job, which most of you probably know. And so like, I was like so stressed. I lost some weight when I moved, and I just remember being like, these are bigger than I've felt in a long time. Coupled with that is obviously like neck and back pain that I had that I really didn't even like think was from my boobs. I just was living with it. I was like, well, I just have like lower back pain, or well, you know, my neck like hurts a lot, and like I just kind of chalked it up to like getting older or sleeping wrong. Wake up a lot and like have really bad lower back pain. It's like, oh, I feel like I just slept on it wrong. I haven't had any back pain since I woke up from my surgery, not 1 ounce of it. So I definitely think that that was part of it. And then, you know, another really big part of it was how I felt in my body, my confidence, right? Like, I love clothes, I love fashion, I love shopping, and a large part of, I think, my confidence issues, especially when dressing my body, came from my boobs. If you ask my friends and my family, it is literally the #1 thing I would say. Every single time I was feeling bad about myself, I didn't like the way I looked in a photo, I didn't like the way I looked in person, the way I was something fit when I was shopping. The #1 thing was always my boobs. My boobs are so big, I can't fit in this top because my boobs are so big. Oh, this top would be cute if my boobs were smaller. Like, you name it, it was my biggest insecurity. It was my biggest like pain point when it came to confidence. And that for me was like enough to kind of like say, okay, this is maybe a surgery I should seriously think about doing. And so there were obviously like the health, you know, issues, and then like self-confidence, mental health, feeling good, feeling like happy in my body. Was really serious about doing it. I did talk about this in New York, and then I ended up moving, so that kind of got halted. So once I got settled here and I got my job and I got really great health insurance, like those 3 things is kind of what made the timing work. So I guess to answer the question of like, why did you choose to do it now? It really was just like life and timing in that way. You know, I wasn't sure if insurance was gonna cover it. I did kind of say like, if I go through this route and insurance doesn't cover it, like I'm gonna have to wait and save for the surgery. So I knew that that was like a deciding factor for sure. But yeah, it was just kind of timing, and I'm actually like so glad for multiple reasons on deciding to do it now, being post-op. I've gotten some comments actually from people, and I never even thought about it, but a woman commented on one of my videos and was like, so happy for you, like this is gonna change your life. I'm actually like jealous that you did it in your 30s, because I did it when I was like 18 or 20, and I feel like I need another one now. So, you know, women's bodies are growing throughout their 20s still, so I feel like the body I'm in right now and like the shape I am, of course barring again weight fluctuations, like I feel very settled in the way that like my body is, if that makes sense. I'm really happy that I kind of waited past like even more of those like body changes and things that happened when you're in your 20s. So yeah, that's kind of what made me decide that this was the time to do it. Question number 4 is, how did you find your doctor? So this is going to be honestly something that it'll be different for everyone. The path I took was more of like referrals. I did not know where to start. Obviously you can Google locally like breast surgeons or plastic surgeons or breast reconstructive surgeons. Like there are a plethora of doctors that can do this surgery. I just felt overwhelmed by that. So I have a friend who lives in my building who's an anesthesiologist, and I was like, do you have anyone at your hospital or just like doctor friends? And he had a colleague who does this kind of surgery, and then also recommended like 4 to 5 different people. So I did my research from there. Honestly, that was the list I was given, and the doctor I ultimately went with was like the first person on that referral list. and I absolutely loved her. If you are local in the Twin Cities, or you even want to travel anywhere in Minnesota, my doctor is Dr. Stephanie Pang. She works out of Minnetonka, and I absolutely loved her. She and her whole team. Her whole team is a female team, which I felt very comfortable with. Not to say a male surgeon wouldn't do an incredible job as well. I just felt really comfortable that she had an all-female team. But from the first consultation, I just felt very comfortable with her and confident that she would do a good job. And I've just loved the entire experience. She was amazing. Yeah, that's kind of how I found my doctor. Pretty quick and easy. If you are unsure on where to start and you have people that work in the medical field, I would recommend starting there, asking friends that you know that might know people. To me, those kinds of things, like a referral is always best. Okay, question number 5. Is there anything you wish you knew beforehand? Yes and no. I guess the only thing I can think of is like really knowing that the recovery was gonna be long. Again, I know I'm only 4.5 weeks. It feels like such a long time to me, but in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't long ago. So I guess I was really under the impression that by like week 2, I would be like out of like a lot of pain, and then by like week 3 and 4, I would be like almost painless and like back to life, and that's just not the case. I'm, like I said, still pretty tender, still pretty sore, definitely still swollen. So I think to know that this is not gonna be a quick recovery. And I knew that, but I think like everyone's like in their mind subconsciously, they're like, yeah, well, I'm gonna be fast. Like I definitely, like in the back of my mind was like, by week 3, I'll be good. And that's just not the case, and that's okay. But I think that's the only thing I would have really wished I knew before. I did a lot of research before. I watched a lot of vlogs, I watched a lot of TikToks, a ton of stuff as far as like what to expect week 1 post-op, things to buy, like that was really helpful. And then I watched a lot of videos on like how the procedure actually works, like from other surgeons. They talked about the different like, incision types, and my doctor explained all of that on what she was gonna do to me. So I felt very prepared, like super, super prepared before my surgery. Okay, question number 6. How did you choose what size to go to? What were you before and what are you now? Great question. This was all through my surgeon, and I would recommend that you do that as well. Obviously, you can have a preference on what you want to be. Sometimes with your body and the way you're literally built, and also if you go through insurance, there might be some requirements on the amount that they can take out. I don't think a surgeon would like recommend taking out more if they know it's not gonna look good on you and the end result. They're the experts here. They're literally like the artist. So I was like, I trust what you want. I did tell her in my consultation, I said I would like to go as small as you think will look good, because I didn't want to come out of the surgery being like, I didn't get anything done. Like, they're still huge. My doctor was reassuring that that was not going to be the case. She very politely said, you have a lot to work with. And so I was like, okay, great. That's awesome. Take all of it. So yeah, I really worked with her on it. I asked her, she recommended, she, in my consultation, measured everything. And I had gone in and said, I think I want to be a size C. So to answer the first question, I was, by 2 different calculators, based on my measurement, I was either a G or an H, which is mind-blowing. I didn't even wear wired bras, so I didn't go get measured. I only wore like stretchy, more like bralette material things, and I was an extra large. Sometimes I had to go to a XXX. So that was kind of my size parameter, but I could never like find a bra, and like, I mean, it was just uncomfortable, it was hard, but I did measure myself before and I was categorized as a G or an H. And yeah, what we ended up doing was a C. I think that's what we aimed for. Again, I won't know the exact size until probably 3 months total post-op, but my surgeon and I decided that a C would be really great, and let me tell you, they're smaller. They're definitely smaller. We took some stuff out. Okay, so those are kind of the overall questions. I'm at 17 minutes, which is hilarious. Okay, so now these are the surgery / post-op questions. So the first one, was it painful? Obviously surgery, I was out. I was under general anesthesia. When I woke up, disoriented more than anything, I was so bandaged up that I couldn't even like move really to feel the soreness. And to be honest, until the anesthesia wore off later that night, I really didn't feel any pain. I was on so many pain meds. I was drugged up, like I was loopy in the car. I didn't really feel anything. Night one, I started getting obviously like a little sore. I would say though, the first night, like I was expecting to be in a lot of pain. That was like the best of the recovery. Like I really felt pretty okay. Obviously I was prescribed pain meds. So I was taking those every like 4 to 6 hours, and I had like a muscle relaxer, and I had a pain medication, and I was taking like other things, I can't remember, and antibiotic, things like that. So went to bed night one, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I think my anesthesia had fully worn off, and I had to go to the bathroom. And I remember waking up and like calling for my mom, and like getting out of bed was hard. That was painful. Day 2 and 3, the worst by far. Day 2 actually to probably 4, really painful. Painful to move anything, getting up from sitting, getting up from laying down, really hard, like so painful, so sore. And I just slept a lot. I really listened to my doctors and like my body. I didn't fight it. So yeah, I would say on a scale, it was probably like a 7. Like it didn't feel good. It was definitely really sore. How long was recovery? Kind of already answered that. It really does vary from person to person. Everything I've read and most people that I talk to, week 1 is like, you're in pain, you should probably be out of work, be in bed, rest. Weeks 2 to 3, some people recover faster, some people take slower. By week like 4 to 6, you should be able to resume like regular life. And then I think after week 6, at least for me, I'm cleared to basically like go back to working out. I can even lift like more than 10 pounds. I'm probably gonna still take it easy because I just think I'm more tender, like further in the line than I thought I would be. But my doctor said, like, quote, at 6 weeks, you really can't do anything to hurt yourself. So that would, I would say 6 weeks, like the full range. The next question is, what are your incisions and can you see them through a swimsuit? So I did the lollipop, or my surgeon did like the lollipop or like the anchor. I don't know. I have an incision around my areola, one coming down and then underneath my boob, and one goes onto the side. So that's a pretty common incision, I think. The ones around like my nipple and going down, you can barely see now, and I haven't done any scar treatment. I am so happy. Like, I could cry. She did such an incredible job. So yeah, around here and going down, I can't see. And then the incisions start here and they go all the way around to probably about there and about like there. So those are my incisions. Yes, in some swimsuits, you'll probably see a little bit of the scar on this side. That being said, I feel like they're gonna be very minimal. And if anything, it's probably just gonna be a little coloration. My surgeon's very confident everything will go down to smooth. I have a couple like ridges right now on this side, and she's like, that'll be flat in like a year. So I'm gonna wait till my 6-week appointment to get like scar creams or tape recommendations, and then I'll start doing like my scar care. The great thing is, and honestly, think about this if you want to do it, the timing of my surgery, I am so happy with. I obviously did it in September, which means the critical months will be winter. So if you did this in like March, you would be out all summer. Like you couldn't be out in the sun, especially if you want to like really take care of your scars. So I am super happy because it's like winter months. So I can just like take care of the scars, and then by next summer, I'm good to go. Okay, kind of answer this question. What was the most difficult part of post-op that you didn't expect? So I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, I do know something I was not expecting. This is like a me thing, so I don't know if this will apply to everyone. I had a very hard time with like asking for help. like quite literally. When my mom was here and my sister was here, I felt so bad asking them to do everything. And I mean everything. When you're a week out, you cannot lift your arms past here. So like showering, my sister had to like fully wash my like legs and body and like the back of my head. I could literally like do maybe this. I needed help getting up from the couch. I needed help getting out of my bed. You know what? Super TMI, but like I needed help going to the bathroom sometimes. I needed help showering. That was really hard for me to like ask for their help and just like have them do everything. They had to cook everything. They had to get me glass like water. They had to, anything that needed like reaching, I needed assistance on. And then honestly, after they left, like I still needed help. So like Tess went grocery shopping with me because I couldn't push a cart. I couldn't carry my bags. Like, you know, she helped me bring stuff in. Like I was very dependent on people for the first like 3 weeks. And that was really hard. I felt really guilty and bad asking for help. Don't know why. I just did. So that was something I was not expecting at all. Okay, so the next question is, can you wear the same tops as before? Yes and no. Any like fitted tee or like a tank top, I can wear now. It just like looks so much better. But like any jersey stretchy material, I'm the same size. Dresses that were like fitted or tops that were fitted, especially to fit my boobs, are huge now, because I would usually almost always have to size up to fit my boobs. And then even at that time, like it would be bigger everywhere else. Now it's big on my stomach and everywhere else, and like huge here. I tried on a dress that I got from Gap that I love, and I literally think I'm gonna go get it altered because it's so cute. It's unbelievable. It is so big now. I like can literally bring it out to like here. It's crazy. So yes and no. It kind of just like depends on like the material, the type of garment it is. But for the most part, I'll be able to wear a lot of my clothes. I think dresses, swimsuits, and like more fitted, structured things, I will have to either get hemmed or altered or get rid of. Honestly, it's a champagne problem because I can't wait to go shopping for new stuff. Okay, we have 3 more questions. These are the cost questions. 1, did insurance cover this? Yes. I think I actually answered this on my TikTok, but obviously I'll address it here. I actually went through my doctor to do the insurance. So I've heard a ton of different ways of doing this. Some people have to call their insurance first and then they actually find their doctor through their insurance. Some people find a doctor and then have to call insurance and see if it's approved and like if that doctor's a network. What I did was I found my doctor, I did my consultation, they had my insurance and they ran it through or requested it and got the approval for me. I never had to call my insurance. I never had to deal with like any like qualifications. They basically did the referral on my behalf. Like my doctor called and said like I medically recommend that she gets this reduction. So it was approved like through them. I feel very lucky because I know some people, it's a really difficult journey, and like that's the hardest part about this surgery process is getting insurance to cover it. As far as like how much my insurance covered, that will totally depend on your insurance plan. For me, this type of surgery was like a 10% co-insurance, meaning insurance covered 90%, I paid 10. So I still do have to pay. I actually don't have my bill yet, so I don't know what the full price is. I know what the surgery was quoted, and I have like an idea, I got like an estimate, but I don't know the final price yet. And then obviously you have to reach your deductible and you have to reach your out-of-pocket maximum. So once those 2 were met for me, that's kind of like the final price. Another reason I did my surgery this year is because I chose a really low deductible. When we did our insurance picking like last November for this year, like through my job, I specifically picked a plan that had a really low deductible because I knew I wanted this surgery this year. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. This was a great question. Did insurance cover lipo? No. And that was through my doctor's office. I had to pay them a flat fee. It was just their flat fee that they had for lipo. It's gonna be different everywhere, but I paid that to my doctor's office. It was not through insurance. Insurance will not cover something like that. It's usually, that's like cosmetic. That's it. Okay, we're at 29 and a half minutes. wow, I knew this would be long, but I wanted to answer all these questions. I hope this was helpful. If you have anything else that I didn't answer, obviously leave it in the comments below. I fully understand that this is a big surgery for a lot of people and this is a really big decision, so I'm happy to answer any questions. I did a lot of research once I decided to do the surgery, so I really encourage you to do your own as well. I can answer anything and help you decide or make you feel better. I'm happy to do so. Feel like I'll probably vlog a few more times, but I'm gonna wrap up this vlog maybe in the next couple of weeks, and then hopefully I can get up to you guys and share it with the world. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Hello everyone. Wow, it has been quite some time since that last clip. I'm actually almost finished editing this vlog up until this point. So what you just saw was 4 weeks post-op. It's been a bit later. Today is November 11th, which means I am exactly, I think it's 10 weeks post-op, a little over 2 months since my surgery. So I wanted to give you guys one final update and kind of say goodbye and round up this whole vlog. If you've made it this far, congratulations. This is the longest vlog I've ever uploaded. It's almost an hour, but I thought it was so important to keep a lot of that information in this vlog. If you're thinking about this surgery, if you're curious about this surgery, I really do want this to be as informative as possible. The things I documented will either help you calm your nerves for the surgery, get excited if you have one coming up, or finally kind of make the decision to actually go get the surgery for yourself. I'm over 2 months post-op, and again, it's crazy. I just feel like so much has changed even from that last clip when I was 4 weeks. I was talking about, I think I had some pain still, and honestly, I probably was sore through week 6. I was not expecting to continue to have any sort of pain all the way up until 6 weeks, but I finally, at 2 months now, feel like I've turned a corner. I have basically no pain at all. I am sleeping on my side. I'm sleeping without a bra, which is so exciting because I was in a bra for like 6 weeks. And I'm just feeling so good. I feel like the swelling is pretty much gone down, and my scars are already starting to heal and look really good. And I'm just so happy. I'm so happy with the surgery. I'm so happy with the results. If this is literally anything, I hope this is a sign to you if you want to get this surgery just to do it. It's coming into the holiday season, which will be exciting because we're doing Vlogmas again, and I'll probably do the same thing as I did last year, do more like week vlog style, but we got Vlogmas just around the corner. I can't believe it's already almost Thanksgiving. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching and for sticking around if you've made it this far. If I didn't answer your question in this vlog at some point, please ask it below and I'll try to answer it as quickly as possible. But yeah, appreciate all of the messages too and all of the well wishes. I felt so supported when I posted about getting the surgery and then all of my recovery. So many women get this surgery. I didn't realize how common it was, and everyone's just been so nice and so supportive. So thank you everyone for all your sweet, kind messages, and I will see you guys in Vlogmas. Bye.